up, everybody? It's Jackie Ray. I'm here with Diana Taurasi. It's so good to see you again. I just enjoy your presence so much. First time I met you, the first thing I noticed, I was like, you just walk with swag. Like you just have so much. And that's something I feel like you carry on to the court your whole entire career. How do you maintain that same level of intensity for this long in the game?
I just love to play basketball. And I think I've talked about it a lot in the last couple of years when, you do get to a point where, you've been in the game for a long time. It's why do you play? What do you love to do? And for me, it's doing the work every day. I love going to the gym, even when it's really hard, even on days where I don't feel great. It gives me purpose. It gives me, my satisfaction to being really on this earth right now. And I really just enjoy being in the gym with my teammates.
You said something earlier that really resonated with me on a bigger level than, even sports, when you were asked if BG was one of the reasons why you came back, and you said no, and it was a full stop. And I think sometimes we as people, we do make a lot of decisions based on, is so-and-so going to be there? Are they not going to be there? Why is it so important to make decisions, no matter what you're doing, based on what you feel personally and not other people?
Well, because like in life, a lot can change, but you have to be very true in what you want to do. And I think that's when the best version of yourself comes out. And that's really when you bring the best you to the table.
Right.
And sometimes in life, and it happens all the time. It's happened to me where you make decisions on other people, on other circumstances that you can't control. And I think sometimes you end up in positions where, it's frustrating, and you don't get the best out of yourself. So, signing an extension, obviously, I was looking ahead and hoping BG was going to be here. Right. That was number one on my list, but it's not the reason I signed. I signed because I love the game and I wanted to come back and give it another shot, especially for this organization that has really done everything for me since 2004.
Right. So I watched you and Sue cover the Gamecocks.
Yeah. Not for very long this year.
I know. I have not laughed that hard in a long time. And so I was like, is there any chance you want to do some stand-up comedy? Well, I was dying.
With her, it's like we spent so many days, overseas on the couch, just shooting it. Because we had nothing else to do. We had our 2 hours on the court, and then it was like, well, we're the only two people that speak English. Like, right. We better make the best out of this. And, it's fun doing stuff with people that you know really well, right, and that you can play off of, like we have on the court. And we do the same off the court. I mean, it's fun. It was just such an amazing event when you get to see women's basketball at the highest level. I think it's so great. And like I talked about earlier, like we need to use that synergy and make sure that's on all levels, not only for youth sports, for college, for women's sports. But, the TV thing, I've been around it. It's a grind. I give you guys a lot of credit. It's not as easy as people think it is. You have to be prepared. You're emotionally, physically, mentally into games. It's exhausting. Right. And so I have a whole different respect for people in the media and that do the games.
I appreciate that. I have one more question for you. We talk a lot about the media and how important the media is, especially when elevating the W.
Yeah.
But I think with that, sometimes it's not always what's happening on the court. It's the personal stories and what's important to people personally, because people like to get to know you. Yeah. So what is important outside of your kids and your family? What else is important to Diana Taurasi?
There's I have a lot of interest. I love coffee. I love architecture. I love real estate. Now with having young kids, I know a lot about fish and dolphins and dinosaurs and transformers and trampolines, unfortunately now. But, I'm very cruisy. I like to really just get around people that I don't know much about and learning about them. Because everyone has a different story, and everyone's story is a little bit unusual and interesting. And like you said, the deeper we can dig into these personalities, then fans are going to watch because, this person went through the same thing I went through. And it's been getting better with the help of you guys and, all the popularity of the WNBA. And it's been fun to watch 19 years in.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch you.
Thank you.
Years in. I mean, especially from LA and seeing, somebody, I'm like, I feel, I claim you. I'd be like, I know DT personally.
Man, they just asked me what was my favorite arena. It's going to Staples. Yeah. Like I grew up going to Great Western Forum and Staples Center. Like those are the times that I was the happiest. you know, get to see Magic at the Forum. Nick Van Exel, my favorite. Kobe, like, come on. I got to see him at Staples growing up, you know, watching him play. Chick Hearn, like LA basketball. It's like in our blood.
Right.